Hello, welcome, and thank you for listening to another episode of the Underground Treehouse Podcast, a podcast that discusses and reviews music of all genres. I'm one-fourth of your host, Ruben. Joining me as always is Keenan.
What up?
Marcos.
Hi.
And Isaac.
Hello, hello.
Today we are going to be reviewing the third studio album, Blue Rev, by indie rock band Alvvays. It's not the Alvvays, right? Always.
Always.
It's always
Yeah,
the always.
It's always been the Alvvays. You know what I'm saying?
It's technically Alvvays.
Oh my god.
Big
This is Keenan's pick, but before we get into that, as always, we're going to be giving you our music recommendations of the week, as well as our local beer recommendation of the week. Marcos, what's good with this music?
I don't know how to pronounce this band, but they just dropped a single that I've been listening to a lot. Sanguish Uga Bob.
Oh, yeah.
What is that,
Think that's it.
Swahili?
Hey, yo.
It's Neanderthal. Sanguish Uga Bob.
Oh,
Oh, featuring Aaron Hurd.
Yes,
That one?
exactly. Keenan knows.
Sangua. I just call him Sangua. Yeah.
Sangua.
And their logo is fucking ugly, and it looks like, no.
Oh, their logo goes hard. We missed them when they came here, too.
No,
That
they're
shit
hard,
sucked.
though. They're hard as
Oh,
fuck.
they came.
They came here
I thought
at
you went.
Eclipse. No, I wish.
No, but I thought they came with the 200 stab wounds and like.
No, they came. They headlined it by themselves
Oh,
at Eclipse.
Can you spell the band name, please?
oh, jeez.
S-A-N. Well, I'm not going to do that. It's too long.
Just, no, spell it for the people because it really is like a ridiculous name.
I don't even know what you said.
Sanguish Uga Bob.
He's not joking.
Sanguisugabogg.
Jesus. I'll have it in the show notes, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, they go hard. And that new single is called Face Ripped Off with Aaron Hurd.
All right, I got something for y'all. I got that new M83.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't even want to pronounce his name, bro.
I mean, Marcos just did his best, bro.
Bro.
That's the least you could do. Hey,
Let me see.
What the fuck are you guys bringing to the podcast?
Oceans Niagara?
That's not Niagara, dog.
Niagara?
that actually sounds pretty on point.
Marcos
Oceans
doesn't care if he
Niagara?
gets canceled. He can get canceled.
It's literally what it says.
Yeah, all right. I got that new M83.
Yeah, Blueface, baby.
Right, Keenan. All right, go
no,
off.
for real, though.
I got that new M83 for you guys. Just came out on January 10th. It's called Oceans Niagara.
Mm.
And they're coming to Albuquerque. He's coming to
Whoa.
Albuquerque. M83.
Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Get your tickets. Am I promoting this? Yes, I am.
Keenan booked it.
I wish. That'd be so sick.
That shit.
I'm so excited for this show. I mean, the song itself, it's very nostalgic sounding. It sounds like old M83.
I haven't heard it.
And so, if you're definitely a fan of the indie, electronic, kind of like gazy genre, this is right up your alley. Go check it out. The new single by M83.
So, you guys already know me. I'm a little different. I'm a little quirky guy, you know.
Prince of Egypt.
That's how greasy I am, you know.
This dude has a Prince of Egypt in his playlist.
It's full making the ocean.
Spoiling my shit.
Is that really it?
Oh my god, bro. We're gonna
There's
get
no
one star.
way that's it.
I mean, I could pick a regular song.
No,
but
say
you
it. What was
fucking
the song?
that's whack, bro. I'm picking that shit. What do you mean?
I
None.
literally only said that because you played it before we got in here.
Sorry, I had to give the boys a taste. So, the song that I'm picking is from a movie, which is the best DreamWorks movie of all time.
It's not. That is not true.
Bro, name a better movie than, drumroll please, motherfucking Prince of Egypt, the track called The Plagues, where he says, "Let my people go," and that fool says, "Fuck you, I ain't letting your people go." And then they build to a sick-ass crescendo at the end. Nothing beats it. Best DreamWorks movie, best song in the movie. Bro, all the other songs on the soundtrack have 1 mil views. Easy. 2 mil
Jesus.
views. Easy.
It's all you.
The Plagues, bro.
It's literally only you.
The Plagues, bro. 7 mil. Easy.
God damn.
So yeah. Sorry, I get a little hyped up. I get a little geeked up for fucking
wow.
Jesus, bro. But Prince of Egypt, this shit goes hard as fuck. Watch the movie. Listen to the soundtrack. The Plagues. You're welcome.
Keenan, damn me up really quick. Iron Giant. Best DreamWorks movie.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
It's better than the Prince of Egypt.
Never even seen it.
Bro,
I
are
can
we going-
automatically say it's Iron Giant.
Word.
Got-
Bro, animated though? Are you saying the best DreamWorks animated movie?
Wait, they made
Because
movies that
DreamWorks
weren't
makes other
animated?
movie too.
Wait, which one?
They make other movies too.
Okay.
It ain't better than Shrek. I know that.
I was gonna say
Shrek
is
2.
Probably,
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2's
It's
tight.
true.
Damn.
That's true.
Bro, and that
Yeah.
soundtrack goes hard.
Bro, I completely agree. That was hard.
All right, Ruben, go off, King.
Bro, real quick, Iron Giant wasn't
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, get fucked,
It's not
nerd.
DreamWorks?
I know, I dapped you up. What the fuck? Bro, Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, Madagascar, Prince of Egypt, Shrek 2, Ant, Spirit, El Dorado.
Madagascar's a sleeper pick.
Shutter.
Dorado.
El Dorado's tight.
Yeah,
Shutter
El Dorado's
Island,
super.
Saving Private Ryan, Gladiator, Small Soldiers, Catch Me If You
Small
Can,
Soldiers. Easily.
The Terminal, all of the Transformers, The Ring, Castaway,
I
Meet
still
the
choose.
Fuckers,
Mid.
Anchorman.
Yeah, that was mid.
Anchorman.
Anchorman, yeah,
They-
true.
The Ring?
Yeah.
What?
1917, Tropic Thunder, I Love You Man,
I love you, man's low
Okay,
key.
it's Tropic Thunder.
Sweeney Todd, Blades of Glory,
Blades
A
of
Beautiful
Glory.
Mind.
Let's go.
Bro,
I still choose Iron
You're
Giant.
you're gonna get
Okay,
roasted.
yeah, so animated.
Collateral.
You picked the worst one.
Bro, it's literally
That was
so
a top
good.
tier
I
list.
fucking dapped you up. Shut up. Now I'm telling you, shut up.
Look, you're upset at him, and then thinking it all on me, and that's perfectly fine.
God damn it. He said dap me up real quick. And I said, okay.
That was a reach, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that was a reach. That was a reach.
That shit
Was that
in
just
there.
the first animated movie that came to your mind?
Yeah.
All right, chill. Okay. My recommendation of this week is going to be an older artist. It's going to seem really weird, but I'll explain why I'm picking him. His name is J. Paul. So if you were like all over SoundCloud and all that shit back in the day, early 2010, so probably like 2012 or 2013 to be specific, this dude J. Paul started popping off, right? He posted 2 songs, and it was like honestly pushing the boundaries of what electronic music was coming out with around that time. And not like in a way like that Burial did or Aphex Twin did, but like bouncy, fun house type of electronic
Like
music.
DJ
right?
Blend.
Yeah, but way better.
So like nothing like that, fool? Like the literal opposite of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
just like it.
They might share some beeps and boops, but that's about it.
They make music.
Yeah,
They both make music.
that's about where it ends. So,
They both wear socks. I think.
so he comes out with these 2 tracks, right? You know, everybody has all this hype around him, and he kind of like disappears off the face of the earth after releasing a couple more. But like artists like James Blake cited him as a huge influence, like Flume cited him as a huge influence. Artists now who make electronic music cite him specifically as one of their biggest influences. So then we don't hear from him until 2019. Somebody leaks his fucking album, and then he drops the album. It's unmastered, you know, it's not completely finished, mixed, or anything like that. But he just drops it. He's like, all right, here you go. And then he releases like a little 2-track EP, I think in 2019 as well. Again, disappears. We don't know what happened. We don't know if this dude's gone or not. So the reason why I'm deciding to recommend him is, one, probably because he's flown under a lot of people's radars. Like I said, if you weren't really into that internet shit back then, you probably haven't listened to him. But he just booked his first ever live show. He's been an artist for more than 10 years, and his first ever live show is at Coachella. And he's going to be opening for Frank Ocean.
That's crazy. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I was
Tell him
down
the
to
bill.
check that
Tell
one.
him the bill.
Oh, it's too
Tell him
many.
who's on
Oh,
the
oh,
list.
dude.
Where he's in between.
Oh, so it might suck because he might bleed into the second artist.
Oh, okay.
But should the bill flow how it's supposed to, it's going to be J. Paul, then Bjork, then Frank Ocean.
That's pretty sick.
It's an
That's
absolute
stacked,
insane 3-piece hit or quitter, dog.
bro.
But yeah, J. Paul, J-A-I, Paul. 2 songs I want to shout out are Straight Outta Mumbai and Crush. Those are my two favorite songs from him. But I think now it might be hard to hear the influence because of how far ahead of we are since his music first dropped. But I think if you go into his music with that context, you'll definitely hear why people, cite him as such a huge influence. Okay. Our beer recommendation of the week is not going to be a beer. It's actually going to be the Prickly Pear Margarita from Sadie's Restaurant, an Albuquerque fucking staple.
Shout the fuck out.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're from Albuquerque, you already know. If you visited Albuquerque and you haven't eaten at Sadie's, oh my God. You've been led astray somehow because this is a must-eat. Off the can, for generations, our authentic award-winning margaritas have been a favorite of New Mexico locals. Made with tequila, lime, and prickly pear, Sadie's Prickly Pear Margarita brings the sweet flavors of the desert to your home. But wait, it pairs well with their Sadie's tostada chips, Sadie's salsa, and a view of the fucking Sandia Mountains.
Oof.
But that's just a recommendation. This margarita holds well on its own. I don't know about you guys. I've always had, I've always had my thoughts about canned margaritas. It just doesn't seem natural. But when you have a Sadie's Prickly Pear Margarita, that shit feels more natural than anything else,
It's
bro.
a game changer, bro.
I should have shotgunned it.
All right. Our review of Blue Rev starts now. Keenan, why did you pick this?
Because I love this band, okay?
It's totally down your alley.
Facts.
No,
His,
yeah. It's been a band that I've been following since 2015, and they've just always been on, and they've always been on rotation for me. And once I saw that they came out with something new, and I had to jump on it. It was just exciting to see. It was exciting to see it make almost, not even almost everyone, but like just a lot of people's top tens. And so I tried to hold off as much as I could, but I just had to dive on in. And so once it was my turn, I just thought I'd recommend it. And so here we are.
Cool. Did Isaac Marcos, did you guys hear a lot about this album? Because like Keenan said, this is on damn near everybody's top 10s, if not top 10s, top 20s.
I haven't.
So you
Honestly,
haven't
no.
at all?
I've heard
Me
of the
neither.
band before, and I've heard their first project, but I haven't seen this album on anyone's top 10.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts because I was seeing this shit everywhere. And I had it. I'm glad you actually recommended this because I had it saved. Now, I've been meaning to listen to it. I didn't get around to it for our top 10s. So, yeah, I'm glad that this finally gave me a reason to listen to it. So, as I was seeing this album posted on everybody's top 10s, top 20s, as I was seeing it posted in, Facebook groups, Reddit, everywhere that I was seeing it, I was seeing this album fucking like lauded as one of the best shoegaze albums. And I will say, I guess it's not necessary. It's a gripe only in the sense that I had expectations going to this album of shoegaze because of what I was hearing. I don't hear a lot of shoegaze on this.
I don't hear any shoegaze on it.
That's what I'm saying. I hear
hear
some. I
any.
hear some reverb. A lot on the vocals. I will say that. And I guess on the guitar and there's some kind of wavy shit. But when I first listened to this, and even now, listening to it now after how many times I have, I don't really see how this is seen as a shoegaze project. It's kind of confusing to me.
There's literally only like 2 or 3 tracks.
It's like indie pop.
Tops.
This is indie pop.
And you get
Right.
and you get influences of shoegaze.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like there's like one track that's very like noticeable. Well, other than that, you just got like hints of it.
Right.
So it to come out like that, I guess it didn't come out as a shoegaze album, but
I
like for
could see
people to
it.
be talking about it like
I
that.
can see it being influenced by shoegaze, but
Oh yeah.
a hint or
Yeah,
anything like
again,
that.
you only hear like hints of it. So no,
Right.
like Marco said, he said it best. This is indie pop.
Right. Or like maybe dream pop, the closest thing to shoegaze,
And
but
that's just her vocals. That's not even like the
That's her
instruments
vocals.
and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
everything else is
Too
like super
poppy.
indie.
yeah. So I was like, I was going into this, expecting that heavy shoegaze feel, and I just didn't get it. And I guess that kind of leads me into these first couple tracks because the first couple tracks, I mean, like Marco said, they're very indie pop. They're super fast, wavy,
Yeah.
coasty. They're real bouncy. How did you guys feel about the first couple tracks we got?
I thought they were fucking bops, boy, bops. The fucking beats, the sound engineering on them, perfect. The first track was really good, very perfect introduction. I thought her singing was awesome, and I was expecting, a little bit slower, but honestly, after listening to the first song, it really got me excited to hear the rest of the album. The only gripe I had with the first track that kind of threw my Mood Off was the fucking last 20 seconds of it, bro. Fuck that. Like I hated that distorted ass looking. That shit.
Guitar? You don't
guitar.
like that?
Fuck that, dude.
That shit got
That
fucking
shit sucked.
fried,
It
bro.
did.
That shit sucked. But other than that, the first two, like the third track, were really fucking awesome. The second track had a really sick beat drop in the first like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was nuts. I liked it. It wasn't too heavy or anything like that, but it was unexpected on my first listen, and I liked it a lot. So that was pretty awesome. And then the third track, After the Earthquake, is probably one of my favorite tracks.
Because just to get out of the way, I like the first track, and then I think it just gets a little too samey for about, honestly, from the first track all the way up until
Online guy.
really the sixth. Yeah. So once we hit the seventh track, it kind of breaks up that monotony. But talking about After the Earthquake, I love that little break, like towards the end of the song where the pace completely drops out. And then it gets real like mellow, fucking synthy, and then it gets right back into the fucking hard, that like super fast paced energy.
Yeah.
That's
Shit,
dope.
Imagine the fucking crowd vibing to that.
That
Like,
shit would be sick.
yeah, that shit would be dope.
Yeah, the first, first half of the album, the first 6 tracks, I agree with Marcos. That first track, hard as fuck, bro. Love that shit. The
Pharmacist.
energy is just so infectious. It's so like lively, despite the sad ass lyrics. Like it's just it. I hate when people say this, like when they just say it like as like a placeholder for how they actually feel and not how how they really feel. But it really is a vibe, And I say that sincerely. Like the first 6 tracks are a vibe, and that vibe is just like super, energetic, bright, sounding, good stuff. Not exactly my favorite stuff, but it's good. It's not bad. Like it's literally done in a very like high level of skill. It's just, yeah, what you said, Ruben. They did kind of start to feel, very reminiscent of one another. And the only things that did, break those up are, like Marcus alluded to, the janky as hell guitar riff at the end of that song, which I kind of like because it is kind of weird and it is kind of like all over the place. But I like when the songs do that. How you were saying on that track where it goes high pace to really smooth to high pace again,
And
After the Earthquake.
bro. When she does those smooth parts, woo,
She sounds good on that
good,
shit. She
bro.
sounds good on that
Actually, fucking tremendous. And anytime that she displays those talents and those skills and like pulls from that, bag, I'm all over this thing. Anything that's smooth as fuck, I'm all over it. So, first couple tracks, liked them, didn't love them. They were good technically, but they weren't like my favorite. It's when they kind of went away from that is when I really started to
So
dig
when
it.
they slow
And
down
that's
the
why I
pace.
liked the second half.
So when they slow down the pace.
Yeah, when they
shit. Yeah.
100% when they slow down the pace and really
I'm
like
the opposite with you. I hate it when they do that shit.
Damn. So you like this first half then?
Yeah, I like the first
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I could see why, because the first half is so energetic and infectious, and that second half, like, so I love it at all times, but it really is for most people. You got to kind of be in a mood to listen to that real chill shit, and like especially the way that they do it in their own unique way. Like it's not for everybody for all the time. Unlike the first 6 tracks, which is for everybody all the time. Like you can play that shit whenever, pretty much, and it is always applicable.
That's perfectly said. Because I'm about to be so biased right now.
Bias it up, baby. I love it.
Go off, Queen.
So the first 6 tracks is literally like what that sound is what I fell in love with.
That's like the antithesis of
Exactly.
the band.
So when
for
I
you.
first discovered this band, like that fast sounding, Ruben said it best, that coastal sounding. I mean, this band's from Canada, and they're sounding like
Hey,
Yeah,
yo,
and they're sounding
what?
like they're off the
Canada.
coast of California, like surfy
For
vibes.
real.
That's
Bro.
very energetic, very boppy. And so, getting into these first few tracks, this is exactly what I was expecting.
Okay.
So that like middle half, second half part, that was something a little new. They kind of went in that direction in their second album, which is Antisocialites. And whereas their first album, which was their self-titled, was very surfy, very vibey,
Yeah.
you know, cruising down Central with the sunroof open, windows down, bro.
The rays beaming on your face, warming up your body.
Exactly. So that's exactly what you get from these first few tracks. And so, instrumentally, it was there. But to answer some of the the gripes about it being sounding the same, that's indie for you. It's always going to be indie for you.
Yeah.
And you look at any indie album, everything is going to sound the same. That tone's going to sound the same. It's just very fun and energetic. The only thing changing it up is the lyrics.
Which
Right.
she really even do on this?
Yeah,
Because
no,
they're all fucking heartbreaking. Who hurt this woman?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but what's
Me.
Oh, say sorry, mister.
I
Actually, no,
apologize.
don't say sorry, because without it, we wouldn't have had this album. So
I apologize
True.
true?
to absolutely nobody.
So what's nice about this band though is her voice is very unique, and
It is.
you can
There's a
definitely
range
like
to it for sure.
exactly. So you could definitely pick her out from just any other indie band, and so that's what makes them so
Unique.
so infectious and unique, like you said.
So this album really caters to, well, I guess if you're a fan of the band, then I guess you're just happy with what you got. But
Exactly.
I guess if you prefer one sound to the other within this band, this album caters to that. Then
Exactly.
they hit all the marks that they've kind of covered in the past, right?
Exactly. If you like the first half of this album, go listen to their self-titled, which is their first release. If you like the second half of this album, go listen to their latest release.
Hopefully they stick to that first half of the album.
I don't know. I'm with Isaac over here,
Hey,
boy.
lame.
Hey, this second
up,
half.
baby?
This second half. Dab me up, homie.
Go home, baby. That's because we listened to the first half and we're so amped up that we can't even shake hands.
Oh,
facts.
but now, hey, we got our dab up right.
Bro.
Oh, we're about to mellow out. We're about to chill out, right? So
We're about to
before,
suck some dick.
Fucking
While bumping this,
hey,
can I get a?
He verified. Y'all,
didn't even have to
So-
pay for that blue check mark.
yeah.
I just want to say, because as we said, these first 6 tracks kind of have, the same vibe to it, and I wholeheartedly agree with Isaac. It's fun, it sounds good, but it's just not really my speed, and I couldn't really get with it.
Yeah.
While those are serviceable and fine to listen to, I cannot stand Many Mirrors. I hate the way she sings in this song. Oh my god. Am I the only? Well, obviously I'm not the only.
No,
I might be actually, but
no, actually,
God
I
damn.
literally have right off the bat.
I literally have right here, right off the bat.
The only thing good about this song was how catchy it is. Other than that, I'm out.
No, for real, literally, that's what I have too. Like,
Instrumentally,
it's a
okay.
sound-wise
okay,
and
cool,
instrumentally,
Be-
it's catchy.
beat wise, it's pretty catchy. Her vocals, literally, I'm telling you, bro. That's why I was literally copying because we have this exact same shit, bro.
Yeah, dude.
He copied off my notes.
You peeked over real quick.
Actually, we shared notes. We shared notes. Okay. No, really, that's all I have. The only thing good about this song is how catchy it is. Other than that, I'm out.
And
Yeah.
this is the part where I realized that I'm not a fan of her hitting those long notes, those long
Yes.
I
dragging.
didn't mind
notes.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. Actually,
Really?
I
Mind
actually
that at
kind of
all.
liked it.
Me too.
I'm not a fan of them. It's not her singing personally, but it's
Yeah.
just like an annoyance.
Yeah, Many Mirrors. Song's alright. I don't really see. That's the thing, bro. Is that I feel like bad about is that I wish when I listen to music, I want a visceral reaction, or at least a reaction of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing a song can do negatively is be underwhelming. Not bad, but underwhelming.
Just
And
kind of
yeah,
like
Many Mirrors
indifferent.
was kind of that, Although lyrically, I fuck with it. It's like the first song that isn't fucking doom and gloom and all sad and depressing.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that, and the sound was, it sounded more triumphant, which is cool. But yeah, it's underwhelming, bro. Like there's nothing to really like sink your teeth into. So
Yeah.
Well, it's literally the pause. It's the divider, so it's not gonna deliver.
It's not gonna, yeah.
It's not gonna deliver. It's kind of.
But it sounds
yeah.
more triumphant than some of the other songs. Like the other songs were like faster and have a lot of energy, but this one sounded like big, you know,
Right.
for the change that's to come.
for the change that's to come. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And that change is gonna come into very online guy.
Oh,
And so
trash.
like
I dedicate this song to Isaac. Go follow his Tumblr.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking.
chill,
hey, chill, wait.
That's fucked up.
hey, yo.
I
God.
got your ass.
That shit
I
was
will-
personal.
Yo, yeah,
Holy
came
shit.
back, bro.
Hey, no way.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
yo.
I will got your ass.
What the fuck?
Yo, that's
Holy
1-1, baby.
shit.
What
That's
the
one.
fuck?
God
I don't
damn.
got no Tumblr. This
Oh
whole-
my-
it's weekend,
Oh,
dog.
it's Tumblr, bro.
I don't got shit.
So I will say, so we were saying that the second half, mellows out a little bit. Even though this song is pretty much like the dividing
It is
line,
another divide.
it's still not that like slower pace
No,
that
not at
we
all.
get.
Not at all.
But-
But it's fucking catchy as fuck.
Yeah, it's hella catchy. The vibe is like not even the vibe. The sound is like there's very experimental tones added to it.
Oh yeah.
This one is very like glitchy. So, the first track, Pharmacist, when you get that final guitar playing for the last like 30 seconds.
Right.
This is that song, stretched out.
And what did I say about that last part of that song?
So, are you saying you don't like this song?
I hate this song so much.
What?
Honestly, I had to listen to it on the second time because I thought she was mumbling the first time, and I'm not a big fan of the way they interpret the distorted ass sounds. Like we've reviewed albums that interpret that, like fucking what was that hardcore band Candy? Was it Candy? Was it Candy? No, it was Candy and Chat Pile. Was it Chat Pile? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That interpreted all that glitchiness, all that.
Right.
I'm not a fan at all on this track, so
Yeah.
to pass up on that
I
one.
can feel
GGs.
that. How do you feel about the do you like the lyrical content?
It's literally about Isaac.
What? Hey, yo.
Oh, I mean, based off the title for sure.
Hey, yo,
Based off its
that's
Fucking
rude.
Incel with a Tumblr.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, Isaac. No,
Ain't no reply guy.
Yeah.
when
He
I
would
when I
definitely,
first
yeah.
heard this song though, it definitely like I have Isaac in the back of my mind, just going, "This dude's a fucking incel. This dude's a fucking incel."
God damn.
This is about his Reddit
Holy
account.
shit.
Wait,
Oh.
I'm an
Or
incel,
Tumblr
or,
account?
or that
Reddit.
it's me saying that the guy is an incel.
No, it's you. I can hear you in the background calling this person that they're talking about.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
incel.
That's
no,
what
It's
yeah.
funny because I don't even see this guy, whoever they're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
see it as an incel.
it's-
I just see it as somebody who's like clout chasing.
It's not necessarily like as bad as like Gentleman,
like
know?
Dorian, yeah.
Like Dorian.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. It's a critique on a specific type of internet user who primarily uses Twitter. They're called reply guys because they always are in more,
It's me, baby.
Oh,
It actually is Marco's.
Ah, Twitter.
Hey, but if Marcos was a reply guy, then these fools are incels because what Marcos is doing would be different. Like he's actually funny.
Oh,
What an actual reply guy is somebody who. Never mind. This man's shocked. Throw him in Twitter jail.
Rip.
Elon, where you at?
GG's.
No, but this is just like a certain type of individual who is kind of what Ruben said, clout chasing. They just all they want really is just attention from the person and to seem cool and to essentially have like an air about them that isn't really them and not true to themselves.
Right.
And they're just looking for that attention. And
Yeah, stick to your fucking gimmick, dog.
yeah, and so I think it's interesting that like you're not targeting, incels like even though I would love that, but it is also like an easy target at the same time.
You're not wrong though, because I do spend 27.58% of my time on Twitter, and
Whoa.
there are fucking
You see them, huh?
That was
You
very
see 'em.
exact, dog.
You see,
Dude,
my
that
iPhone has your
yeah.
fucking time spent on
data
fucking,
usage, bro.
Yeah,
It'll
your
show
data
you.
usage. It tells me. Anyways, you do see. So the reason why I say stick to your gimmick is because you'll have these massive accounts that, let's say, they just stick to memes and stuff, and then you'll see them reply to OnlyFans chicks or
like a
political
Billie
stuff.
Eilish or like
Yeah, exactly.
just somebody with a way bigger platform and
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah, and that's why, and they get spammed with stick to your gimmick because you're a fucking page about me about fucking cats.
You're a meme.
Yeah,
a
you're a
meme,
fucking
bro.
Right.
meme, and then they'll be over here like and like being a reply guy. It's fucking
trying to
hilarious.
slide in, bro.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like some fucking, like you said, some model or something being like, man, life is so hard.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a reply like, baby, let me make it easy for you, or
Yeah.
like some dumb shit, you know.
And it's funny because
pathetic.
It's funny because like people will spam them. Stick to your fucking gimmick. Like stick to your fucking. You post memes, dog. You post memes. That's it.
Cut
Stop
that
trying
shit
to.
out.
Exactly, bro. So.
Well, what makes it even worse too is this whole song, like it's not even talking about somebody who's quote unquote made it, if you can even make it within that type of space. You know what I mean? It's somebody who is still like, they're saying he's one click away, he's one filter away. Like, I don't know. There's something just so fucking sad about trying to live your life online and trying to like embody yourself in this fucking internet persona.
Right.
And just to always feel like, you're just one kind of gimmick away from making it. But what is making it? It's some stupid ass internet shit. Like,
sounds like Andrew Tate that you're just describing right now.
yeah, fuck
Word.
that fool.
Fuck
But
that
Literally something Andrew Tate.
Shout out Greta.
Yeah.
hey, big G's, homie.
Yeah.
But
Shout out Top G, baby. I mean,
oh, hey,
Hey, yo,
hey,
yo,
chill,
yo,
chill,
yo,
chill, chill,
chill, everybody.
But
Word. But the tone of the song and the sounding of it, it's even though it is very different, it's fun.
yeah,
It's fun because it is. It's very 80s sounding and it's very electronic.
Super 80s sounding. I got like big 80s vibes.
Yeah, like automated and
It's not good
It's
80s
very
though.
cool.
just like some soft cell shit.
Word. It's
Yeah.
different and it's fun. It's like a nice little break for what's to come, for what we just got to what we're about to head into.
So then we get into Velveteen, and then Velveteen is fucking buttery smooth, hella soulful, almost like sounds real nice. Not too much that I really want to say about that one. It's just a nice real intro into spoiler alert, the best fucking song on the whole album, Tile by Tile.
Yes, sir.
And to me, Tile by Tile is when this album like really grabbed my attention and held it for the next couple songs. Like this one, and again, I hear more like dream pop on this. It's like super fuzzy, but not in the way that shoegaze is. It's very like lo-fi almost sounding.
I completely agree with the lo-fi sound. Because on our last episode, I called something lo-fi, and you're like, I disagree. So I was like, okay, maybe I just like need a refresher on like lo-fi music. So then when I was like, this sounds like lo-fi, I was like, bitch, let me look up some lo-fi before I call this shit lo-fi. This shit lo-fi as hell,
This
boy.
one for sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
definitely. It just has that like filter over it that you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it has a
there's-
certain fuzziness to it.
Her vocals, literally, I have her vocals down as like a wispy woozy. That's how I describe her
Ooh,
vocals.
Wispy and woozy especially, because woozy implies that it's like, whoa, you know?
Like very
Exactly.
slurry, but like very
Yeah,
loosey goosey.
Exactly.
It's like when you're high as fuck off of sleep deprivation, bro. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
ta-
god.
You know what I'm talking about? You're up at 3 a.m. fucking being a silly goose in your kitchen, bro. Bro, you know what I mean.
Eating cheese out the bag.
Eating cheese out the shredded cheese by
Listening
the
to the Alvvays in
fistful.
the background.
Yes, this is what this
Yo.
fucking.
Watching fucking the George Lopez show. All all fucking late as fuck, bro.
Yeah. So
You
what
got
did you
TV in your kitchen?
Hey,
Damn,
yo,
you
chill, bro. We
bougie.
ball like
God
Oh, you rich dog.
damn.
that. You got a TV
So-
in your kitchen.
What did you guys think about this like initial, quote unquote intro that these two songs gave you with this second half?
Velveteen and
Yeah.
Tile by Tile.
Yeah, Velveteen and Tile by Tile. Like, did those two really do anything? Like, did you guys like that change of pace and then what it eventually led to? Like, what would you think about that initial listen?
So I'll just go first real quick. Velveteen, I like the lyrical content, you know what I mean, and how it's, about insecurities and stuff like that, but nothing really like caught me super much like sonically. Tile by Tile, are you kidding me? Oh baby, a triple. That shit is fucking amazing. Yeah, Tile by Tile. It starts off real fucking good, real smooth. I almost get like and I could be faded off the papaya for this one, but tell me if you guys get like not like crust punk, but like the old school Gwen Stefani like vibes, like Gwen vibe, like just
Like ska?
no, not ska.
No doubt,
Just-
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, like
That's ska.
yeah, but not that version. Not that like the later version.
No, I don't get that.
No,
Like,
I don't really.
like just sonically, I like hear like Gwen in there, bro. Like she has like a tone in her voice that just is like.
So you're
super
saying
Gwen.
mostly in the singer,
on Tile by Tile, and
Right.
on the first half of Tile by Tile,
right?
I get like Gwen Stefani vibes. And
Oh, kind of, but
if you re-listen to it after I said that, you might get
Kinda
it.
hear
If
it.
Make the
not,
connections, but
yeah, it
Off
might
the
be a
bat,
stretch,
no.
and I might be
Yeah.
faded for that, but
I don't either. Sorry.
it is okay.
Sorry.
No worries. But who gives a fuck what her voice sounds like when those fucking keys hit in, brother? Those keys, bro. Hey, you ain't ever heard keys like that in your life, bro. Fucking Stevie Wonder could see this shit. How great this is, bro. I
God
love this
damn.
shit.
what about the strings?
Yeah,
You're gonna miss the string. You're gonna
and the strings
count
are
the
very
strings?
subtle, right in
Yes,
the
they're
background.
perfect.
Woo.
Okay, the
Perfectly
strings are
placed.
good, but the
keys
way
are
that the
nice.
keys hit though, they hit at such a climax that like everything
do.
else after that.
It
I
almost
admit
kind of
they
like
do.
drowns it out, but I just think it's just subtle enough to where it has a nice little layer to it.
Is that what saves you this song for you? Like the makes it is just the piano.
Yeah, is it just the keys?
The keys are her
Because
big.
Keenan
The
has
keys
these-
are like 80% of it.
Yeah.
Keenan has a
damn.
good point. The strings on this fucking song are actually really good, and her vocals are actually really fucking good. This isn't the slowest song, so I like it a lot more. I don't think it's my favorite, but
Yeah.
it's like it's a change of pace compared to other ones. But
Obviously the strings in this track, which is Tile by Tile. But to go back to Velveteen, I do love the lyrical content. I mean, we haven't really got much into the lyrical content of this album, but obviously
Sad as fuck.
it's just super
Yeah.
sad. Long story short, she's coming back to her hometown and finding out that things are different.
But that's hard though. That's bro.
you
Okay,
mean
yeah,
when you leave your hometown for a while and you come back, she's not gonna stay the same.
Well, of
Nope.
course.
not at all.
It's
And
fucking
I
obvious.
just I completely agree, Marcos. And what's also good is that like a lot of these, yes, okay, they're sad, whatever, but like I don't know. She just has her own like unique way of like talking about like her own like relationships. Like there's a million relationship songs, and somehow I found myself relating to this, a lot more than others, just because she's just coming from a perspective of somebody who's dealt with it in a
Yeah.
more
In a very like personable kind of way.
in a where yeah.
So like even because we didn't talk about it, but the first track, Pharmacist, like to make a song about seeing your ex-lover's sister at the pharmacy was
how
just like
niche
such a
is that? That's
exactly
super niche.
what the hell.
And yet somehow so relatable. Never happened to me, but yeah, I feel it.
You
know
feel
what I
for
mean?
her. Yeah, you feel for her. And that's exactly how, even though those are very fast-paced, energetic songs, the lyrical content behind them are super sad.
Yep.
And so now that we're starting to actually like break it down and we're actually able to kind of understand what's going on and get the theme of the album, then we go, okay, now we can relate to it or feel for her because it's softer and we actually get to hear her emotions. Whereas in the beginning song, she was just kind of like letting it out in a frantic haze or whatever.
That's
But
a very good point.
but that being said about Velveteen, it is nice that the lyrical content does roll into Tile by Tile because I do love that lyrical content. And then the keys, we do have the keys. I can't leave out the keys, but the strings is what I really gravitated towards. So like Ruben said, even though it's very like subtle in the background, they're perfectly placed, and it definitely helps out the song. And it's the nice ease into what we're about to get, and so I think this song perfectly transitions into what we get.
Yeah. I'm so glad you fucking sent me up for that shit because not only do we get a different change of pace, not only in sound, but also in lyrical content. In track 10, Pomeranian Spinster, I don't like this song, but
How dare you?
We've got some very like we got some slower songs to it previously, and then as we've said, it's very like a lot of the songs as far as like lyric wise are very like it's all about heartbreak and it's very like you said, very sad. Who the fuck broke her heart? Nah, this song, we're going to play it fast. We're going to say, I'm going to get what I want, bro.
Yup,
I don't give a fuck what anybody else wants.
Yup.
Like,
You want to call me a crazy cat lady? Fuck you. I'm going to be a fucking Pomeranian lady, bitch. Like,
facts, exactly. And while I don't like the song in general.
the vocal delivery, is that what you're
I don't like the song. I don't like the vocal delivery. I think what a big part of it too is I don't like the vocal or I don't like the track placement that it comes here at this part of the album. but I will say I do give them respect for throwing it right there. There is a little sliver of me that's like, okay, well, if you're going to give us a song that's all about fuck you, I'm going to do what I want, you're going to put it in front of two of the slowest songs in the album?
Yup.
All right, I'll give you that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
We got the 2 sad songs
Mm-hmm.
in Velveteen and Tile by Tile, and now it's like what you said, like this is our fuck you.
Yeah. And
here we go.
yeah, I would have, like, to me, I thought this shit would have fit perfectly after Very Online Guy.
Hmm?
You know what I mean? I thought it kind of keeps up with that fun, boppy kind of pace, but I don't know. I do kind of respect it, like I said, but I don't know. As a song on its own now, I just can't get with it.
That's fair. That's fair. I think this song is even different from like the first half. I think these vocals are the most deranged on the entire project. She sounds out of her fucking mind on this one. Like,
She's wildin', bro.
and they're so raw and they're so just, I don't know. Maybe Marcos is right. Maybe I just be liking shit just for the sake of it being fucking weird, bro. But maybe that's just what it is, and it is what it is, bro. This shit's fucking weird, bro, and it's purposefully obtuse. Like it purposefully goes away from that catchy surfy sound and delves more. It sounds more gritty. It sounds more raw, and I love that for it.
Boom. Call that punk.
Punk,
Literally,
bitch.
that's what I had it down. That's what I had. This is very punk sounding because
There you
it
go.
is. It's raw and it's there, and they're just going off at a million miles an
Bro.
hour.
Yeah, and you guys
It's
know I'm a
perfectly
fan
said.
of Pomeranian already, so
I know you be digging this song too.
I like it. It's weird though because I see it so different than what the second half is supposed to be about. Because I think this track could belong on the first half.
Oh,
Right.
definitely.
So-
Yeah.
Sonically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just seems like such a weird outlier
Mhm.
that it's kind of odd that it was thrown right here, but, And I think that that's a perfect lead-in into the very next song, Belinda Says.
Sad as hell, slow as fuck, trash as fuck.
What?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, I was going to be
Just
so mad
showing.
at you.
I'm just showing. It's not that bad.
Okay.
I kind of
Well,
agree with that. It's not that
what?
It's not that bad. It's
But
good. It's
alright.
a small little bop, but it's just too slow for me.
Okay, I could see that. I think so. Why I say it leads into this song perfectly, lyric wise, because again, this is another song that's reclaiming like her power, even though it's over like a very shitty situation, an unplanned pregnancy where the fucking homeboy is already calling you like, hey yo, you're gonna fucking
I'm gonna ex-nay this.
Yo,
fucking-
that's me,
Yeah, exactly.
baby.
Hey,
Hey, where's the fucking coat hanger when I
Yo,
need it?
I live down the street from Planned Parenthood, bro. I swear to God.
there you go. But this is a song where
I literally
again,
do though.
where the
Don't
where
dox
the-
yourself.
this is another song where the like overall themes and the messaging is very positive. Like it's very like you said, taking control of it and being like, no, I'm gonna in the sense of this song, I'm gonna have the kid. I'm gonna make sure it works. I'm gonna
Raise that shit in a small town.
for
Yo,
real.
she
Work
say-
at the diner, bro.
Big
Yeah,
dreams.
bro.
She has big dreams, even though they're so small. That's big dreams.
But she's able to-
the story of the song, like you just said it best. It's a fucked up situation. Then just the person just trying
Yeah.
to make the best of it, and so
Exactly.
and you get that same tone that we've been getting. We get that nice, fun, catchy sound to such a fucked up story.
Exactly. And that's why it's dope, is because the sound just adds to that, optimism of the song too.
Yeah, and just literally just this person just scared to move on and just grow up, and it's just it's pretty sad and it's fucked up in a way. So I don't know if it's about her or if it's just a made up character or what, but like the story
Right.
itself is just bad. And so Belinda Says, who exactly was it based off of? Do you remember?
Oh, dude, it's over that one song.
'Cause where did she get? She
I-
got the name.
It's in a Black Mirror episode. That's all I know.
Oh,
Heaven is a place on earth with you.
is that Belinda Carlisle?
Yes,
It's
is.
Belinda Carlisle.
It's Belinda Carlisle.
Yup.
Okay, so you told me about this, right? And I listened to that song. I don't hear it. I don't know if I'm tripping or what.
I don't either. So apparently it says it's supposed to be the same tempo and chord progression in the verse to Belinda Carlisle's Heaven is a Place on Earth.
Oh.
And so
Okay.
I still don't hear it.
Okay, because when I was hearing it, I was thinking more of like in the chorus. and I didn't hear it, so that just might be on me, but
I mean, still listening through that song, I mean, I
didn't get it.
but again, it's just the same tempo and chord progression.
Okay.
That's music shit that's going like right over our head.
Yeah, for real. For real. So then that's really like a good lead into the last three tracks, which would be Bored in Bristol, Lottery Noises, and Fourth Figure, which, as we've said, second half, very lower tempo, heavy, and these three tracks really kind of bring that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That last track,
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, man.
Haunting.
Fourth Figure,
Yeah.
Haunting.
I love that, but only half of it. It's only a minute, but you don't like it.
I hated it,
Why?
bro. I was very churchy, choiry vibe to it.
That's
I
what's
love
sick
that.
about it.
That
That's
is
exactly
not
what
what
I
it's
said
sick
too.
with. It is not. You could pull that off, but I think that this was just too boring.
The overall, like the sound of it, it is very churchy. It's perfect. I don't like that it ends the album with this song. I don't. But for what it is, I thought it was still like a fun track.
Kenny makes a good point, so I'll change my opinion about it right now. I guess since the second half, it fits perfect with the second half. I'm upset that they ended it as the last track because it fits perfect.
That I
with
could
the-
agree with.
Yeah, with the second half, it fits the whole aesthetic to it for sure.
Mhm.
But it just sucks because it's the last track. And I don't like it being the last track.
With this, even though it's not a bad track in itself, it's a great way to end that second half. I wish it would have been a little more grandiose to end the entire album. With that being said, for the track is good for what it is.
Okay.
I just wish it would have been a little more up tempo or just maybe a little longer to finish off the track or
Okay.
finish off the album.
The reason why I only like the half is because, like Marco said earlier, the first half of it is like very church organy. Like it sounds like it's being played in a cathedral. It's
Very
very,
ethereal.
very ethereal. Yes, it's very
Very
dissonant. Yes, very ethereal.
Very ethereal.
Yes, very ethereal. It's very dissonant. Like it sounds like it's being played like way farther from the mics than it really is. Very echoey. It has this real cool ambiance to it, right? And then right at that 30-second mark, it drops off, and then it kind of like fades out with these like real mellow like synths and strings, and it feels like it was just building up to something so much stronger than what it ended off with, right? I just feel like it could have ended on a big crescendo. So I agree with you on that. It could have ended on a big bang.
Yeah.
But it should have been a slow, like epic kind of crescendo, not like a fast-paced kind of thing. So conceptually, yes, I like it, and I like the direction it was going in. It just did kind of fall flat towards the end.
Not really too much to add. I completely agree with everything you guys said. At least in terms of like the wish it was longer. Kind of weird that it's the last track. You know, stuff like that. But I mean, for what it is, bro, I liked it from start to end, bro. Like, I don't know. It to me, I like the build up, and I know you're not saying that you don't like it. You're just saying you wish there was more of a payoff. I was okay with the payoff just because how they did it was so strong that I would like it to be longer and would like a bigger payoff. But what we got, it wasn't too bad, bro, in my opinion. But teach their own.
All right, are we good to wrap up?
I
Yes.
think we're good.
Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll get into our wrap up of the album. We'll give you our overall thoughts, overall score, and top 3 tracks. Isaac, start us off.
I want to get started off though.
Okay, Marco, start us off.
I mean, I'm sorry. You should go first.
Isaac, start us off.
You know what? You're right, Marcos. Go ahead. You fucking pussy. I'm going. So, this album. Can it? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Blue Rev. This is a pretty new sound for me to explore and a new band entirely for me. Never heard of them. So, this is my first listen, and I gotta say, even though I'm not too much of a fan of the first half and that sort of sound, everything that they did on this album was highly proficient. Whether I liked it or not, that's one thing, but what they did on this album was very, very well done. Repetitive, yes, but I mean, fuck, bro, there's only so much you could say about a heartbreak. You know, there's only so many chord progressions. There's only so much you could do within that, genre. So, I thought for the most part it was very good, technically speaking. Anyway, the lyrical content on this was fucking phenomenal. I think there should be more albums about slice of life heartbreak. Like, yes, talking about the overarching themes of heartbreak is really nice, but when you could relate to singular moments, it's really, 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 really impressive, especially when you feel like you can connect with it when you've never even experienced, certain things. With all of that being said, my top 3 tracks would be Board in Bristol, Fourth Figure, and of course, Tile by Tile.
Whoo!
And I will give this a 6.5 out of 10.
This album's repetitive, extremely, but it circles back around from upbeat, happy to sad and slow, and all great vocals through and through. Nothing too experimental with this album. Lyric-wise, I agree with you. It's nice that you get some average Joe breakup that they sing about. You're relatable to the average person.
Facts.
Yeah. So on top of that, it's short album, nothing too long. The only thing I have, I guess, as a whole is the track placement, but 35 minutes isn't long at all. I think it's the perfect perfect length album, and the sound is amazing. Vocals delivered. Just a couple of gripes here and there. So top 3 tracks are 3. Fuck. This is interchangeable. After the Earthquake, Pressed, Pomeranian, top 3 or 3, all interchangeable. I'll give this a 7 out of 10.
So, here's all the buys coming out right now.
Let's hear it.
This album was as expected. Personally, this album was as expected. It's catchy. It's good. The lyrics, the theme of the album, really good. It's not very relatable, but you could definitely feel for this person. I really love this album. It's fun, and if you can't relate to the lyrics, you can still have a good time listening to it with all of its catchy hooks and sounds. If you're a fan of this album and you're unfamiliar with their self-titled track, please go check it out. And again, that's the Alvvays with 2 V's instead of a W. So,
I probably should have clarified earlier.
Been a fan since 2015, so I'm excited with this sound and where they're going. And if they choose to go in a new direction, I'm gonna follow. If they choose to go back to their roots, I'm there. And so, with that being said, this album was great. Again, if it's a little biased, I'm sorry, but I got 8 out of 10. I got 8 out of 10 on this.
Poser.
This album, it made my list. So, with that being said, top 3 tracks, I got After the Earthquake, Pharmacist,
Let's go.
and Pomeranian Spinster.
That's
Oh.
damn me up right now, bro.
With some honorable mentions, Board in Bristol,
Ooh.
and Lottery Noises.
I think I could kind of take everybody's. I could take a piece from everybody's review and kind of throw it into mine. I will say though, I did have high expectations going to this based off of what I was reading about it. For it to be ranking so high on so many lists and to have all these different influences that, apparently were taken within this album, I had really high hopes, and I can't really say it hit the mark. I agree with what you said, Isaac. I agree that it was just a little too samey for me, and especially front half heavy, there just wasn't too much that really stood out. I just felt like, and then even on the second half, I really liked the second half of it, but again, I just felt like there wasn't really anything really grabbing me too much. You know what I mean? I don't know if that has to do with just high expectations going into it, or if it's just not a sound that really connected with me, but it just was an overall underwhelming album. I won't say disappointing, because I do think a lot of it is very listenable. It just didn't quite hit what I was wanting out of it. Vocals for the most part were good, but very annoying parts. I will say I do not think she has a very unique voice. I think she kind of has a run-of-the-mill indie pop kind of voice.
Oof.
I don't think she really sticks out too much. And aside from like maybe slower parts where there's keys and there's synths and there's like some soft strings, I don't think even the sound really does too much of anything different. I just think it does indie pop fairly well to good and at times great, but just not enough to really hold my attention for a whole album. So my top 3 tracks are going to be number 3, Very Online Guy, number 2, Belinda Says, and number 1, Tile by Tile. And my overall score is going to be a 5.5.
Shoo. Ah, damn. I would jump over the table right now. And touch mine, bro.
You know what? I get it. Y'all don't fuck with indie. All right. I'm not
Hey.
picking indie no more. If it ain't
Yeah.
Band of Horses, if it ain't M83,
Hey, what about Saturn? I like
man,
Saturn.
what the fuck? That was indie folk.
I gave you a 7.
That was in the folk, idiot.
Get it right.
Was it indie pop?
God
Y'all didn't fuck
damn.
with Duck. Y'all didn't fuck with Modest Mouse. You know what?
Hey,
yo,
that Modest
yeah,
Mouse
no.
Mouse was
This bitch.
trash.
Hey, ain't nobody fuck with that Modest Mouse.
You don't
bro.
fuck around with Midwest, Western, Central LA emo or what?
L.A. What the fuck you talking about?
Get the
He
fuck
has it
out of
signed.
here.
He has the Modest Mouse signed in his fucking
That fool just
backpack.
dropped and scratched the CD.
And dropped it in beer.
And dropped it in beer. Jesus.
Well, I think that's a good point to close this shit out. That was our review. You could hear him opening the poster. Hey, frame that shit. We gotta get it up.
I have a lighter right here for that shit, dog.
I didn't forget.
And I stand by that, but their art director is fucking fire.
The door just died, you
Hey, word. Hey, I got a poster from the moon in Antarctica. I'll pull that shit out. I'll frame that. Well, yeah, that'll conclude our. I think we can end on that note of our review of Blue Rev by Alvvays. Let us know what you think about the album. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it, then let us know what you think. Till then, we'll see you guys next episode. Thank you for listening. Later.
Bye.